Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Certified Male Podcast. And here on this podcast, we will be addressing all topics of life as we deliver our unfiltered, unbiased 2 cents on Believe Me When I Say It, everything discussion worthy. It's your boy Drew.
And it's your boy Tati, aka Mr. Slow Stickum himself.
It's your boy Bars.
And you guessed it, it's your boy Jay, aka Mr. Light Skin Keys Sweat.
You've got me.
The people asked, and we delivered. Yes, sir. We got it. Relationships Part 2.
Hey, I'm coming out with the heat off rip. Is love selfish?
No, because I feel love is wanting more for someone than they want for themselves. And looking at it, how I look at it with that way, it can't be selfish. Like, you look at that person, like if you love somebody for real, when you see that person succeeding or doing anything, like sometimes it won't always, like that person might have to take a sacrifice where you don't get to see them all the time, but they're succeeding in what they're doing. You just love that for them more. So it's like, I can't say it's selfish. It can't be selfish.
I don't think it's selfish simply because most of the time you gotta bend and fold. You can't stay the same. You kind of have to make adjustments to yourself, your life, to whatever situation. So it's kind of hard to say that it is selfish.
Well, for me, I would say love is selfish, just depending on how you ask certain people in certain status of their relationships. Like you have people that's in there are couples or people that's married.
To me, love is selfish, but it can also not be selfish. If you actually pay attention to what people say when you ask them, why do you love this person? Some people actually say, I love this person because of what they do for me, how they make me feel, things like that. When you listen to other people, some people say, we this, we that.
Yeah.
So making it as, it's not a one-sided thing, it's a together type of thing.
And that's exactly why I say love is selfish.
Oh, you say it is selfish.
Yes.
I mean, well, yeah, how Jalen just explained it when he was like, some people would be like, yeah, I'm how they make me feel. I'm happy because how they make me feel. That's selfish. That sounds like, that sounds like a selfish aspect. Like I'm only happy because this person making me feel good, and it don't really sound like you giving too much input on how you making them feel. So yeah, in that case, I think it's selfish. Yeah, it could be selfish, but real love, I don't think it's selfish. No, it can't be selfish. Like it's so what's the word I'm looking for? So hey, when you taking one for the team, it's not all about you.
No, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
But the mass population think like us though. Like what the person does for us. That's why I say it's selfish.
Yeah, it could go both ways.
Not all the time though. It just with it being, I don't think it's possible to be selfish if it's actual love. Because a lot of times both parties have to, bend and fold. Both parties have to adjust to, whatever the situation may be as far as the relationship goes. So to say that it's selfish, I don't think so. It might be selfish when when it's not y'all two, I guess, or whoever's in that situation, whatever. It might be selfish to people outside looking in. But as far as inside that circle, inside that relationship, that bond, or whatever you want to call it, I don't think it's selfish. I think everybody push and pull. You might lose a little bit in this situation, but the next situation you gain. And
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess you're saying like the act of love is not selfish, but when people describe it, you might get that feeling that it's selfish because of how they express the way that they love them or why they love them.
yeah, that particular situation. Cause this situation may seem like, oh man, she might love him more than he love her, and then in another situation, like he love her more than she love him. It's kind of like a push and pull type deal for everlasting push and pull. I don't think it's selfish. It's just in whatever the situation is, you got to be selfless.
You know what I think?
What?
I think it's like the word love. I feel like in the relationship, it can't be selfish because it's two people and then it's two different feelings. But I feel like the word love, it's selfish because when you talk, let's say you're talking to your significant other and you're having a deep conversation and you want to know certain things, that you wouldn't probably know. Like, hey, how I make you feel? Do you feel good? This and that. You want to know that that person feel good, and that person wants to know that they feel good, and you want to feel good also. So, like on the love aspect, it has to be selfish because it's how you feel. It's not love if I feel like shit and you feel great all the time, and I'm just getting treated like this, or you're just getting treated like this. this, and in that case, it's selfish with the love part. But in a relationship, love cannot be selfish. Separately, yes, but in a relationship, you got a significant other, it can't be selfish.
I understand what you're saying because, like you said, in a relationship, like Varus said, the sacrifice. Somebody's like in one situation, it's gonna look like you love them more than they love you. In another one, but sometimes that's how relationships are. But that word, like from outsiders looking in, you'll probably describe it like as in being selfish because, and it's unknowingly. You don't know that you're actually doing it. It's just
Because all that's relationship, it takes two. When it gets to that takes away all that selfish stuff. It's therefore unselfish. Yep.
So you think when you ask a person, is love selfish? Is it the word selfish that have a negative connotation around it?
When you hear selfish, you like it don't sound right. It just don't sound right. Like you have to break it down for someone to be like, what do you really mean by that? By love is selfish? Because when they just hear selfish, they like, I ain't selfish. Like my relationship not selfish. It's just one sided. They quick to get defensive about it. You got to break it down. So it's the word. Yeah, the word selfish it'll throw somebody off. But when you really think about it, it makes sense. It's sometimes selfish, but when you get into the relationship, it's not.
So what y'all think love is? What's the meaning of love to y'all then?
Love is wanting more for someone than they want for themselves. To me, that's love.
For me, I don't think love has a specific definition. I think it changes. It varies. Love can mean a lot of different things. Love can mean the way something make you feel. Love can mean a lot of different things. So it's hard to explain what it means to you when it means so many things. You can't really pinpoint it.
So let me ask you, Varus, in your situation, your marriage, what's the definition of love in your marriage right now today?
Love to me is the bond that we have, the jokes that we share, the time that we spend, just the life that we live together, experiencing together. I know people always say, relationships and stuff take two. I'm a person that think it take three, simply because it's you, it's her, and it's we.
There we go.
Yeah, like I said, it varies. Like it can be how she make me feel one day, and the next day it can be how she answer to the problems to my questions, answer my questions, or like it can be a couple different things. So it's hard to kind of pinpoint love to one specific feeling, saying, "Oh, love mean, it make us happy." Like it's not, not always happy, because sometimes it's a hard situation where it be your wife that got to give you that hard answer. Say, hey, you got to move on from this, or stay here and stick it out, or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do agree with, like, the definition of love varies by the person and in different situations. Like for instance, love to me is consistency, being consistent and doing chasing each other, showing each other that we love them in however way we show our love. Um, Also, and just constantly doing what it takes just to continue to make each other smile and make each other happy.
I agree with that one.
Well, love for me is like a strong affection for the other.
I feel like that's a simple way to put it.
I think it's simple, like we saying, it changes for everybody. So like I said, I don't think it's no set
definition.
Yeah, it's no set definition. It's just the person who you with, or yourself for that matter. You know how you want to be loved, and the same go that for that person. And once somebody do that for them, then that's when you experience the being in love type deal. So
There's a definition, a dictionary definition, and then there's by the person definition.
I ain't by the person. It's kind of like when you go to school and read these books on a specific field of work or whatever, and in the book it tell you this perfect world scenario, but in real life when you actually experience, you figure out that there's no perfect world scenario. You figure out that this person only feel love when you take them shopping, or this person only feel love when we go on dates.
That sounds like love language.
No, it definitely is. That's a part of love. Like the love language, you have to speak someone's language to be able to love them properly. Otherwise, you're not loving them properly.
And I'm glad you said that because that's what makes it selfish.
What?
When you speak your own language and not theirs. And if you don't take that, like we said in part one, if you don't take that time to learn that language in your interview process,
Mm-hmm.
it gets selfish. Then it becomes tiring.
Because everybody don't love the same way you love.
Yeah, and I get that. I can understand how you can say that it is selfish, but in return, you loving that person how they want to be loved, they would then do the same thing in return of you. So it's just, I don't know. I think, yeah, you could say it's selfish, but if they doing the same thing in return, it's like, how is it really selfish? It's like I say, we both push and pulling. It's like,
But like, what if their love language kind of like goes against what you used to do or your love language? Like, for example, your love language might be. Give me an example.
Chilling at the crib, but you got to go out because they like going out.
Chilling at the crib when they're a type of person that wants to go. They're a party type of person. I'm a real chill, laid back person, and you like to party. You like to go out. You like to, be at most scenes and everything. So, like, do you compromise that? Do you change your love language so you can speak that other person's love language, or you just get bilingual?
I don't think you choose to change love languages, but you do compromise. And well, some at this point, somebody have to compromise for the simple fact that why be in a relationship if you're not going to attempt to make somebody happy? It's sometimes in a relationship we tend to go, be so stern and stubborn about this. What I want. If I ain't getting it, she ain't getting nothing. So if she ain't speaking my language, I ain't gonna try to speak her language. But sometimes we need that bigger person, that one bigger person in a relationship. Like, okay, she's not speaking my language. Maybe I'm not communicating that right. Let me speak her language and see if she can understand. Like, this is what I'm trying to get at. So that's somebody you gotta have a bigger person at that point.
I feel what y'all are saying, but when it comes to that, y'all speaking on compromise. I don't really believe in compromise. I feel like majority of the time it's just push and pull. Whoever decide to take the shorter end of the stick for that moment is for that moment. It is what it is. It's just how it goes. So, in your example, Drew, what you saying? She like to go out. You don't really like to go out like that. Your push and pull would be, okay, my old lady like to go out. She like to go out 5 times a month. I'm only gonna go out 3. She can go out the other 2 times with the girls or whatever. So to me, it ain't no compromise. It's just for the sake of the person, for the sake of the relationship, and just because it don't hurt you none to actually, go out and spend some time with your girl, whatever she want to do, then why not? It's kind of just like I say, that push and pull type deal. Like, I'm gonna give you this, and in return I expect you, not like tick for tack, but it's just how the relationship is. I understand that when I want to go to a football game, that you're gonna go with me or whatever it may be.
Okay, well, I think it's the wording then, because I think when you say compromise, everybody gonna say no. How about adjust to the person? Because I think if we say adjust, everybody would say yes.
Right. And that's why I say I don't think it's no compromise. Cause at the end of the day, a compromise is we
Giving up something.
yeah, definition is we both come to a mutual agreement of what it is. If I don't like going out and you like going out, it's no
We got to
mutual
come to a common
agreement.
ground.
Right.
Okay.
It's not a compromise. It's just an agreement that we go out 4 times a month. I go out 2 times with you. You go out 2 times by yourself. That's just an agreement, not a compromise. I think a compromise is just soften the blow of you can't always get what you want.
Yeah, that's why I said adjust.
Yeah.
Like me, I ain't gonna lie, I have a great example. I had somebody tell me their love language was letters. They like to receive letters. And even you hear that now, even in today's generation, we got phones, we got
Yeah.
messages, we got a bunch of ways to communicate. And you tell me letters. So it's like, okay, now I gotta sit here and write you letters from time to time. Like, it was giving me jail vibes. And I wasn't with it, bro. I'm like, this is gonna be a tough little compromise to do. Like,
It
I
was
feel
giving
like
me
I just
William
like,
Shakespeare.
yeah, it wasn't really rocking with my language. Like, I get it, it's your love language, and I want to love you in that language, but I just couldn't like just get myself to sit down and handwrite letters.
No, I feel you. And in that case, then you gotta let that person go. Can't lead that person on. You can't string it along. If you can't do those things that person need, ain't no point in messing them up for the next person. You need to just let that go.
The good thing, it wasn't something that they needed though.
No, I'm saying if it
The
was,
good thing, it wasn't their only language.
if it was, not even if it's their only language, if she telling you that, you know, I like this or I like that, bro, that's something that she needs. She may not need it right then, but in a couple years when she say, it's been 10 years, he ain't never write me no letter. Then what? It's like,
Then you adjust. Start getting those little cue cards from
I
Walmart.
could write one letter in 10 years.
It may not be your letter, but it may be a letter. Start getting those cue cards from Walmart. Like if you really love that person, you'll do whatever
Yeah.
it takes.
You attempt, because remember
Yeah.
it's not your language. You ain't really comfortable with it. You will try something and see how that works.
Yeah.
See if that satisfy her language. If it don't, then we on the next
That's,
something else.
yeah,
you gotta
just like Varus said.
let the person go. That's all. A lot of times people,
Var's like, yeah.
no, I'm saying, because you don't want to mess up. Like a lot of time, I think they just mess up people for the next person. Like a lot of time, bro, if you just unhappy if this person not treating you right, if you not treating this person right, why not just let them go and, you know, be with somebody else or do something with that? Why not let them go be happy rather than you sitting up here lying to them? Oh, I'm gonna change and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and you never do these things. Just let them go.
Why do we do that though?
I don't know why people do that.
Because we're selfish.
Yep.
But that's not love though. Like when
Right.
it's like that, that's not love, bro. Like letting somebody go.
That's toxic.
That's why they say if you love them, let them go. I don't believe that, but that's why they say that. If you love them, let them go, because then you go unselfish.
Now, and I agree with that. I'm no love doctor, but you know it's a lot of things that you can love about somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
Like there's their body, their mind, the way they talk, the way they walk. It's like it's all. So some people feel like certain things it's not that major for them to love somebody, so they're gonna disregard certain things because like I can do this and disregard this part.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why it seems like that. Like people just leaving people alone, but it's not really leaving them alone. It's just what she needed was something that I was willing to not really focus on for her because she had other features that made me interested in her.
Yeah, but that don't make it right just because you decide. You gotta understand it's that person.
Yeah.
It's that person's feeling. Like you have to make that person feel comfortable. You can't love somebody how you want to be loved if they don't. If that's not their thing, that's like saying, "Oh, my love language is physical touch." Meaning, I'm only gonna love my girl with physical touch. No, if she like to have long deep conversations, either have long deep conversations or let her go be with somebody that want to have long deep conversations. Don't sit there and act like you're gonna have these long deep conversations and then end up not doing it or just making her miserable because you don't want to let her go. That just don't make sense to me. A lot of people do that instead of just letting that person go do them. Like you can't love me how you want to love me. You gotta love me how I tell you that I want to be loved.
Bruh, I think we literally believe our lies. Like when we tell somebody stuff like that, like I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this. You believe that when you're saying it. A lot of the times, most of the time, some guys, you know, you just want to hold somebody in, and that's why I want to know why we do that. It's selfish, but I want to know why we do it. But a lot of the times, like it's the other way around. I think you really believe what you're saying. You really believe you can change, but then you know everything is easier said than done. Yeah, you're gonna change, but then that person is doing that same thing that you didn't like. Now you caught that same attitude you said you wasn't gonna have no more. So like a lot of things just end up changing.
God,
Yeah.
That's real.
Like I said, I don't know if it's just me that I'm just zero tolerance. Cause sometimes when I talk to just people, it make me seem like I'm zero tolerance. I ain't saying I'm just gonna up and leave my wife for any situation. It just like some stuff, bro. Like you gotta have standards for yourself that you just can't deal with. If somebody just
Morals.
somebody just flat out disrespecting you, saying, "Hey, I like the color blue," and they just go buy you the color red because they felt like they like the color red. Damn, that's not
Yeah.
that's not you loving me. That's not you trying to me. That's not none of that. I'm not finna accept what you give to me. Either you gonna give me what I need, or I'm gonna move on. It's just that, and or I'm gonna be able to provide what you need, or I'm gonna let you go on. I think people be holding on for too long when you know you can't provide that specific thing that person need. If you can't do it, let them go find that happiness somewhere else.
I do somewhat agree with that, but you got to understand, like some things that but you gotta decipher this in between your relationships
hmm
with your significant other. But there's certain things that she don't really need.
Why? How you determine that?
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. You would determine that within the relationship, y'all. That's what y'all talk about. Like, say she want like she want a red rose.
Uh,
You get her a pink rose. She'll accept that because it's still a rose,
yeah.
right? She that's something that she willing to accept because it's you didn't get the pink and the rose correct. You got the rose part correct. So now she can accept that. But sometimes it's certain things that you can't you cannot accept. Like she would not accept. And then at that point, it's either do I make this decision to leave, or do I accept him and hopefully he get it right next time?
At least
But
he put
yes,
forth
and
the effort.
I understand. I understand we're given the chances. But if, for example, like you said with the red and the pink rose, if she's saying I like pink roses, why are you even looking at the red rose? If she want pink roses, why do you not get the pink roses for her? That's she's telling you, I feel loved when you buy me the pink rose. Why would you then go buy the red rose? Why would you do that? It's not, yes, it's not something that she need air to breathe. No, but if she's telling you, I feel loved when you do this thing, or I feel loved when you treat me this way, whatever, why would you not do your best to stay along that path rather than doing what you feel she need when she telling you what she need?
What if that's all they had?
Well, yeah, in that case, then yeah.
I mean, do you not get the pink because it's not the red that she wanted?
Nah, he's saying Var's saying like if you see it there, like if it is there, red and pink, why are you even looking in the reds if I told you to get
Right.
pink? Yeah.
Obviously, you can't get something when they don't have it. Or we just talking about a rose right now. But I'm just
Okay.
saying, if your significant other is telling you, hey, I feel loved when you do this thing, why would you not do your best to do that thing? Why would you then go off and say, oh, she don't need that as much as she thinks she do. I'm gonna determine what she need. No, you can't determine what she need. She telling you what she need. It's up to you to try to do that thing as much as possible and then go from there. But to tell her or just disregard what she's talking about, that's not right. You need to let her go
Yeah, that ain't right.
and go find somebody else who okay with what you talking about.
That's ignorant.
Not even ignorant. It's just now that's selfish for you to say,
Yeah.
I say you don't need red roses that often. I get you one when I get you one. That's not right.
But if you actually think about it, that's something that we do. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I know I'm guilty of. I did it a few times where it's like I see something. I mean, she can get that next time, or things of that nature. Like it's just I don't know why that happens, but we tend to make that decision for them
hmm
and not letting them make that decision.
I mean, yeah, I ain't saying that I'm perfect. I have my stuff that you mess up in or whatever. But just because I messed up, that don't mean that that's not what my wife need. If she say she need this thing or this how she feel love, then that's how she feel love. I'm not gonna say, oh no, she tripping. Nah, like I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna disregard her feelings. You have to understand and adjust to her feelings or whatever. And you try to do what you can do. And if you can't do those things that she need, then you obviously you give her the option to. I ain't even gonna say give her the option because she have the option regardless, but just let her know that way she can make the decision on whether she want to stay or go. I just don't think any person, man or woman, should be determining what the other person needs in a relationship. If I say I like to have sex all the time, then that's what I like to do, and it is what it is. It's like if you can provide that, cool. If you can't, cool. But let me go on about my way, or you go on about your way. Cause I can't provide what you want. You can't provide what I want. Why are we sitting up here going back and forth, back and forth?
On that sex aspect, is sex important in a relationship? Can you do without?
Man, it's very important. What you said, body of water.
If you had to put in a perspective of a body of water, you have a lake, river, ocean. Which one is your?
Hey, I don't think I gotta answer that due to how important it is. It's not everything. I'm not gonna here's my thing. If I'm not getting it or it's not good, I'm gonna end up leaving. Because it's not like I'm gonna need that. Like I know me as a man, you're gonna want that. You're gonna need that. You know, we lust things all the time. And you could be in love with your girl. I would lust my girl all the time. If I'm lusting you, you know, why can't I have sex with you? Why I can't do it if it's possible? Like if you're just sitting in bed holding out on me for no reason, like you just holding out, or you feel, oh, we don't got to do this every day. We don't got to do it every day. We don't. But if you think we're gonna do it once a week or twice a week, like nah, I'm not gonna be satisfied. So to me, it's important. It's very important.
Yeah, if we're relating it to body to water, uh, I'm going with I'm gonna go with ocean.
Exactly.
I'm going ocean for the fact that
Let's be real here.
if we been real, sex is a type of intimacy that you can't really get no other way in a relationship, right? You won't see her body the way you see her body react while you having intimacy, right? And if I can't if I can't provide that for you to if I can't please her in that way, or she's not letting me, as you say, holding back, I would bring it up first, but then at some point we got to get this thing together. Like come up with a mutual agreement. Okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, or we just not gonna do it at all, and we're gonna go our separate ways.
And you just said something about intimacy. I just want to add on that right quick. Like, yeah, with that intimacy thing, like you like sex, like it has that intimacy that you can't get all the time. Like sex is healing. When people going through it, you would have sex and all of a sudden we back in love. Like it'll rejuvenate your love that you got for somebody, or your lust or your like that you got for somebody. Like we just broke up, okay, we having makeup sex. It's part of a healing. So in that case, that's how major it is. It's used as healing. So yeah, that intimacy is huge.
Well, for me, it's important, but it's important for a different reason than y'all. For me, it's important for because it determines our emotional connection. At least for me, I know how my wife is and how I am. If our emotional connection ain't there, we not having sex like that. That's just how we move. 'Cause you have to have that emotional connection, that intimate connection for that to happen, and especially for it to be an enjoyable experience. Let me say it like that.
Well, sex for me, if we represent it for the body of water, it would be ocean. It would be ocean. It's a must needed. And I feel like, not to sound like a dog, but for a male, it's like that's the most intimacy that we have.
Like that's just what it is. People don't want to hear that, but that's just what it is, bro. Like it's not controlling, but it can be. It definitely can be. But for most people, you gotta know how. Cause that depends if you child. If your child is gonna control you, but it's not a controlling thing.
Now, and I want to take it a step further. It's not uh like like that's the only way we need intimacy. It's just the fact that s- we like to we like pleasure, and we like to please our significant other, right? So if we can spice up our relationship a little bit and have the intimacy of that nature, why not get into it? Why not do it and do it often?
No, yeah, I definitely agree. It just like I say, the reasons for me is that let me know our emotional connection. That let me know, the status of our relationship, how we run it. Like for example, you is let's just say for the week, you and your girl arguing, whatever. Of course, it probably gonna be slow that week. But the weeks that y'all own it, like y'all seeing eye to eye, everything is done there every day. You ain't gotta say nothing. She ain't gotta say nothing. As soon as we get home from work or whatever it may be, it's popping. I think it determines that connection within a relationship. So that's why I think with men, that when it's not there, you feel that it's some type of issue, some type of problem, mainly
Hmm.
because you feel like that emotional connection ain't there.
And I agree. It should complement your emotional side of the relationship. So just know, like, It's not like a reward.
Right.
Like, oh, you do this right, though, you can have
Right,
sex. It
right.
shouldn't be like that. It should be a compliment. Like, okay, we here with the emotion, so we're gonna be here with the
Yeah.
sex.
Cause we connected, we bonded, everything going smoothly. It shouldn't be an issue or whatever. But some people they don't be emotionally connected, and when you having sex and not emotionally connected, especially when you with your significant other, that's damn near a chore to me.
Basically, is it a factor in us choosing our women? The sex.
Yeah, it's a factor. It's just like everything else.
And for them too.
Yeah.
For the women, opposite sex or whatever, it's for them too. They choose like, oh, he's not really good at doing this.
All right.
Sometimes you get an exception because you good in other
Right.
areas, but they choose the same way.
All that is your qualifier, man.
So you, so it's like just like we explained before, it's like a application. You give them a trial.
Yeah.
Correct. It's on your resume. That's part of your resume.
Not even a trial. Like I said, it's the entire relationship. It's when y'all go out on a date, how they make you feel, if you gonna call her back. All that is all encompassing. Yeah, most people don't have sex on the first date or whatever. But when y'all do, if he or she decide that they don't like it, what's the point? What's the point of still trying to stay there?
Yeah, because as a man, that's a pride thing. It's a pride thing. If you know you're not pleasing your lady in bed,
We go in trying to give our best performance.
exactly. You got to. I want to leave a good taste in your mouth.
Especially like Var said, when you had that good weekend, sex good, and you just going and going, having that connection where you ain't really got to say much, and you just know like, I know exactly how to move and I know exactly what to do and where to touch her and do all that stuff. That's even better. That makes it even better for us.
Mhm. It make you feel good.
Speaking of that choosing, do y'all feel like it's easier for men to find a good woman or vice versa?
I think it's easier for men to find a good woman. It's not easy. I think it's easier for men than women. Because men, naturally, I'm going to just say it like it is, naturally men are dogs. So like we can easily we can easily just say, hey, you know what? I ain't even gonna deal with her no more. I'm gonna just go do my thing. Like we don't put much emotion into a lot of things, so it's easy to just disconnect and reconnect with somebody else, especially just on that sex thing. If we have sex, or we connecting right there type stuff. Whereas women, they're more secure. Like they're like they won't just throw themselves to anybody. Of course, not all women are like that, but most women, they look at themselves like they don't want to do that. They feel a certain way when they do that, unless they just some a nympho or something like that. They feel a certain way when they just throw their body at somebody. You think men talking about, oh, who's smashing on the first day? Nah, that's a woman thing. They don't want to smash on the first day. I mean, you ain't got no problem doing that as a man smashing on the first day. A woman, she gonna do that. So when you got a variety of people, when you're picking from and choosing a variety of people that just do anything, be down for whatever, I think it's harder to find a good one out that bunch rather than knowing that, okay, you got a little bit of these people who do good, and it's easier for you to say, all right, this is a good woman because she's different from this and that.
And in rebuttal of what you're saying, Drew, I think it's easier for men to say that they don't care about those things, but they care. I don't think that men just say, oh, I can sleep with this girl, and not care. If that's the case, you're going to string them along. You won't be talking to them consistently. You won't be texting them. You won't be.
We emotionless.
You think that. You say that. But how many of your exes you go back to and talk to?
We know that.
Nah. I don't think so. I think it's easy to say it, but it's not true.
It's easy for us to hit a female and go on to the next one, correct?
It's easier, yeah.
For a female, they have to have a liking of that male.
I think it's easy for you to say that, and you can try to force yourself to think that. But when you keep going back to this same girl, or get mad when you hear she talking to another dude, and so on and so forth, it's telling you that you can't really hit this girl and let her go do her thing.
That's only if you choose that female. Other than that, I'm going on to the next one, the next one, the next one. I don't have no type of emotional bond with this female. All I need and all I want is what I'm gonna get.
You can say that, right? But
If you set your mind on it, you will.
but remember your
Like I said, if you choose that female,
correct. But your intimacy, the way if we being honest, if we have an intimacy with this girl, she's good. She's in your top 5, however you want to put it. You ain't gonna You ain't gonna hit that and then leave. And
Right.
no, listen. I know people. I know that's something we will go back to, go back
Right.
to, go back to, go back to. We get a relationship. We get our relationship. We're gonna
Go
go back to it.
be in a relationship and go back to it. It's easy to say, "Oh, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care," but back deep down in your mind, you care. I ain't saying every girl that you smack, just like every dude that they smack, they don't care about. But you have your ones that you don't want nobody else to touch, whether you with them or not, and that's whether you want to admit it or not.
Yeah, and that's it. That's inside. You ain't got to tell nobody. No. But inside, only you can tell because only you know.
Right. Yeah, that you be like when they tell you, "Oh, you got another boy," they got another boyfriend or whatever. You be like, "Damn."
Heartbroken.
Right, like damn. Even if you know you got 10 girls or whatever, you still be like, God, damn.
That's that one stun.
Right. So I think it's easy for you for men to act like it ain't no girl out here, but it's a girl out here that she get another dude, that boy gonna hit you. You can't tell me that ain't true. I can tell you that.
Man, all right, put it like this. When men get their heart broke, what's their bounce back? Be real.
Go hunt on another girl.
Exactly. When a female get their heart broke, what's their get back? The gym. They start working out, they start doing all this kind of stuff to change their body, just change their mindset, this and that. They're not thinking about just going to jump on the next man and have sex with that man and do this and that. That's not on their head right away because they know they could get attached, or they might still have some emotional attachment to this guy. We might be emotionally attached to this other female, but that don't mean it's gonna stop me from going to lay with this one.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but women, everybody, I think everybody the same. People be trying to split it up, but everybody the same. It's just men lie about it. Women just don't lie about it. So they still do the same things that we do. They just, oh yeah, that person really broke my heart. But men, for whatever reason, we say, oh, that ain't bothering me. I can smack any girl. I can smack how many girls I want to. But really, to yourself is bothering you. It's just that the women end up telling their friend, eventually get back to you that, oh, you the one that messed her up. It just don't get back to her because you never told nobody.
And that goes with the macho in
Right.
us, that pride that we have. That's naturally all men have pride. It's our job to push that aside. But that's why I feel like it's easier for a man to find a good girl because not men, like you said, men are dogs.
Yeah.
Men are dogs, and most girls. We're gonna be honest. Most
Let's
girls
be
have
real.
had their head on straight. They
have
got
more
careers
morals.
going. They got morals. They got things going, standards, things like that. Most men ain't got that. Most men just going through the world without a path.
Living in the moment.
Yeah. So, and most girls they have a path that they want to get to. They have goals. They have all that set in stone. So it's easier to find a girl who has that, who have her own everything, than to find a man who ain't really moving the right way.
I don't
That's
know. I
everybody,
think
though.
people be
That's
putting
everybody.
male and female traits on stuff that don't need male and female traits. Like, I think both genders do the same thing, bro. There's a lot of men out here trying to figure it out. There's a lot of women out here trying to figure it out. It's a lot of men that got pride. There's a lot of women that got pride. I don't think that's something that deserves, a male or female tag. It's people that's out here that can move around and do what they do, have sex this person, that person, and don't care nothing about it. It's people that care something about it. I don't think it's a certain tag. I mean, a certain character trait of a gender. I think it's everybody. It's just how that person decided to move. Like, I don't know. That's why I say I think it's hard for both to find something good. Because at the end of the day, we all know it's girls out here that's getting over on dudes or making dudes life hell. We all know that it's dudes out here doing the same thing for these women. That's just making their life hell. How many men that done died because he done tried to get with this girl, her ex-boyfriend did something to the man? And vice versa. How many girls that done keyed a car because he got a new girlfriend, don't let him see his kids, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I don't think it's gender specific. I think it's, it's just the person that you deal with. That's why I say it's equal for everybody. It's hard for everybody. You just got to find you a good one, and when you do, make sure you keep it.
I do agree with that, but you got to think about this. It's gender neutral. Pride and all that stuff gender neutral, right? But
Hmm.
historically, what's the gender that do it majority of the time? That have the pride and all that stuff.
Men.
Even though it's gender neutral, majority of the time historically, males are the ones who show their pride the most. Like you said, deep down inside, they hurting over a girl, but they go, "Oh man, I don't care about that girl," and go have another girl just because that pride inside of them
Mhm.
won't let them be that quote unquote sucker to go, as you can say, beg or go try to get back with the
You
girl.
simping.
They say, "Oh, you a
Mm.
simp."
No. I guess from what my definition for simp, from what I understand what simp is. Simp is a person that do stuff for a woman that and they don't get nothing in return, or do something for this person that they like and don't do nothing in return, and they don't get nothing back in return. That's what a simp is for me. Pretty much, let's just say you go spend $500 on a girl, you take her out, show her the world, blah blah blah, and she send you home and say, "All right, thank you." Go on home about her day. Not saying that she got to do anything for you, but she don't text you, she don't do nothing. You do all this stuff
Depends
for
on the
her,
situation.
and then she just send you on your way, so you never speak to her again. That's simple. But to say,
Cause then again, if you're in a relationship, you're doing the same thing.
no, that's because that's when your girl is reciprocating those things. So that's why it's not sipping. It's not simping when the girl or the boy, whatever y'all deal with.
Okay, let's play devil advocate. What if you're the person that don't want to receive? You just want to give.
What if you just like spoiling the person?
Exactly.
I just want to spoil you. Like, so it's people out here who just want to spoil. I won't want nothing in return. Like, even as a man, especially as a man, you would always want to, like, not always, but we got this little pride thing where we want to be the giver. We want to cover the bill at the date. We just want to. You don't always
That's
do it, of
fine,
course
but
not.
your
But
girl do stuff in return, bro. She may not buy you a gift in return, but she cook you some food here and there. She wash your clothes. She do whatever she do in return. So it's not simping when you're in a relationship. It's simping when you're giving and not receiving anything. It's simping when this girl call you, you get up and take her to dinner. She hang up the phone and you don't speak to her till the next time she want to go to dinner. That's simping.
yeah, you
But to
simp.
say that you can't simp for your girl because she's doing the same thing in return. She may not be buying you a gift in return, but she's doing something else in return.
It may not be simping for that person though.
And I guess that's me. I guess it's me, but I know I'm not finna do nothing. My definition of simping is doing something for somebody and not receiving anything in return.
Yeah.
Some people have that mindset like, oh, we probably won't ever be together, but let me just show her what or how she's supposed to be treated, or how she can be treated. If like people have some people have that mind. I ain't saying it's the right mind, but some people have that mindset like, I see something in you, let me just show you how you deserve to be treated, or things like that. Sometimes simping is not simping unless it's simping.
And I get what you're saying.
So, yeah, simping to me is, even if it's put like this, simping to me is if you send a girl 40 DMs and she don't respond to none of them, and you still sending DMs, bro, you simping. A simp is somebody who you doing something to try to get somebody attention. They not giving you the attention, yet you still doing it. That don't make sense. I ain't saying that, like I say, I'm not saying that just because you want to take her to the mall, you can take your girl to the mall and do all that thing and do all of that if you want to, as long as she's showing you some type of affection back, not only calling you when she want to go to the mall. That's what's simple. Like, it's only calling you back or texting you back or whatever when she wants something done, not just genuinely calling and texting you back.
Bro, it's some people who really just feel good for just doing something for somebody without
That's
nothing.
cool that you feel good, but you still a simp. That's all. I ain't saying that you wrong for being a simp. I know me personally, I can't see myself pursuing somebody and they not pursuing me back. I'm not finna keep showing you attention and you not showing me attention back. It's just, that's pointless, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, if you really want them, boy, you gonna do it.
No, I ain't no child. I'm not no child. Either you gonna respond back and we gonna be mutual adults about the situation, or I'm moving on. I shouldn't have to DM you 20 times, 30 times for you to say what's up.
We ain't high schoolers.
I'm not no child. It's too many women out here that's gonna respond back.
You know what? You're right. That you ain't high schoolers, because that's the last time that happened.
To sit up there, I'm gonna DM her 5 times, 10 times, 20 times until she respond. I'm gonna keep DMing. No, I'm not doing that. Why you tripping? I understand the whole pursuit thing, but it is a pursuit. If you pursuing me, I'm gonna pursue you.
You gotta also think about it. Some people like doing the chasing. Some people like getting chased. So you can't knock what they like.
No, I'm not saying that, but it's a way that you get chased.
Yeah.
And there's a way that you chase. For me, if I don't DM you 5 times and you not responding, the 6th time, that's harassment, bro. Call the police. That's harassment. I don't care what nobody say. That's harassment.
But the one time I ever pursued somebody like that, where I was really like, boy, yeah, this person like getting chased. I'm gonna have to do something. It was for like 3 days, but I ended up getting them. I ended up getting that person, so it worked out all in the end. But I ain't never do it since then. That was high school, so like Tati said, we ain't high schoolers.
Like I say, is no problem with, whoever it is saying, hey, I ain't easy. Yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that or whatever. But if I'm interested in you and you're interested in me, at least show me some interest back. Don't just have me pretty much talking to myself until you decide, oh, he texted me 400 times and now I can finally. No.
And you miss your blessing.
That's another thing. Yeah, I think what people deem as easy and all that, having a conversation with somebody like a human being, that's not being easy. That's just having a conversation, and you determine if you like the person. Like, you shouldn't have to go through all of that. Like, I understand. I even understand the first DM, they might let it slide or whatever. Second DM, okay, now we should be responding back. Or, for example, you get a girl number, you go to wherever, you get a girl number. Of course, you want to be the guy that I ain't calling the first date. I'm gonna call it second date, third date. But bro, you really, you looking at that phone, waiting. The boy, I can't wait till it's 7:00. I'm gonna call it in. Type deal. Like, I think people just be, I ain't easy, so I'm gonna let her call. I ain't with that.
I think we touched on a lot of topics that most people don't usually talk about, or people would be afraid to talk about. So this was a good one.
Yeah, I'm glad we did touch on everything.
Raw.
Uncut.
And authentic.
It's your boy Jay.
And it's your boy Tati.
This your boy Vars.
And it's your boy Drew.
Your mail has been delivered.